Mods recommended me something earlier. So, welcome to $228 versus $18 hot dog. Pro chef versus home cook. Let's go.
I mean, you're telling me I don't look sexy while doing this?
I kind of wish I didn't see that opening.
Hi, I'm King. I'm a professional chef, and these are my $228 hot dog ingredients.
I'm on fire!
Isn't it like there's no way it's not just like caviar, right? What
Hi, I'm John. I'm a home cook, and these are my $18 hot dog ingredients.
Here we go again.
Come on.
Okay, I can work with this.
Okay, not as bad as I expected. Lots of things I recognize.
Neon green relish. It's greener than my eyes.
That feels
No.
good.
Am I making my own hot dogs here?
I've got some ideas for this tray.
Let's go, bring it on.
Dude, imagine having to make your own hot dogs, dude. That's
So I
fucking
have
sounds.
here Chef King's recipe book, so hopefully I can figure out how this all goes together.
The hot dog I was planning to make was very special. It was a smoked chili cheese dog with pickled onions, homemade mustard, and Galfret potatoes.
I don't know what that means.
I had a heritage pork shoulder
Oh, okay, that's not pork belly, that's pork shoulder.
that I was gonna grind, process, stuff, and smoke to make my own hot dog from scratch.
Oh, sheep casings. I'm pretty sure
Isn't
that's
hot dogs supposed to be like trash meat where you just like throw together like the dog shit pieces together and like make some meat? What the fuck?
And I had everything I needed to make a homemade pork chili.
Pork chili?
Quick pickled red onions,
It's a full meal. It's a lot of food.
topped with a homemade mustard,
That sounds lovely. I've never done that.
and some fancy Galfret potatoes on the side.
That's easy. I could figure that out, but what does Galfret mean?
It was gonna be bussin'.
I was gonna make a Chicago-style dog, which is a classic hot dog, poppy seed bun, bright green relish, all the fixins. Now I'm making it all from scratch, so
With John's recipe, I have ingredients you can find in your local grocery store. These might be on the simpler side, but with a little technique, a little love, we're gonna make some super hot dogs.
if I had to guess,
The
I
other
would
guy's looks
say this
better.
would cost about $150? What? $228 for a hot dog? That's just silly.
If I
That
had
is
to
silly.
guess, all these ingredients be about $22. 18. I was close, $4. So making hot dogs from scratch. John, you have your work cut out of you.
So this
So
is
if I
Chef
could
King's
just
recipe
blunch.
book. All ingredients, no recipe.
Hot dogs are made from usually leftover meat, lips, ass, and snout. But the cool thing about making your own hot dogs is we get to decide.
Wait, it's made from lips, ass, and snout? Oh man, I wish I didn't learn that.
what meat goes in there. And that's why we're using this heritage pork, beautiful pork. And that really kind of elevates this hot dog already without even
I knew it was the trash meat
So
chat.
this looks like a lot, and
Not
I've never made
specifics.
my own hot dogs before. Can I talk to Rose? Hey Rose, it's so good to see you.
Hey, John, what are you making today?
Homemade hot dogs from scratch, which I've never done before, so would love any tips that you have.
First thing first, you're gonna keep all of your ingredients super cold. That's gonna be really key for making good hot dogs. You probably have some fat there and the pork shoulder. You're gonna take that, you're gonna cut into 1-inch cubes, and you're gonna get rid of all of the skin and any sinew That so that you feels just good. have the meat. And the
I
fat
haven't
to
played this map
meat
in a bit
ratio
today.
is
Actually,
about
it was my
1 to
Oh,
first
wow.
map of the day.
Voila.
Then you're gonna take your seasonings, which is gonna include pink salt, a cure. You're gonna combine all of your spices and that just a little bit of the curing salt.
Whoa. Okay, this is the coolest thing I've ever done.
And then you're gonna bring everything together and whiz it around in a food processor with a little bit of ice. You gotta keep it nice and cold so that your hot dog mixture doesn't smear all over when you're putting it in the casing.
It does look like the color of a hot dog. This is it. I mean, we did it. We did it, fam.
There's a couple things you want to keep in mind when you're filling the hot dog casings. You probably have basically a tube and a machine that's going to do the filling for you.
Okay, so I'm trying to just jimmy the sheep intestines onto the tubing.
I don't have this problem.
Go on.
Make sure that your casings are nice and moist. Little bit of moisture is going to keep the casings nice and pliable, which is really key to avoid any blowouts.
And I know how this looks.
Tie a little knot at the end and pierce it just a little bit.
You back on for a sec?
You're
Invite, everyone.
going to very slowly control the hot dog and kind of press with the other hand. And you're gonna just kind of move the casing along, pressing gently so that you remove a lot of the air.
I'm on
Thank you so much, Chef King, for allowing me to make hot dogs today. This is best.
Once you have your casing filled, you're going
Looks
to
like a
make
fucking
hot dogs
giant
about 6
turd.
inches,
Love you, best
crimp
streamer.
it, and spin it away from you. Then you're going to move
Yeah, it looks like
another
I
6
fucking
inches
woke up and
spin it
dropped one.
towards you.
I'm pretty proud of myself. These look like actual hot dogs.
I'm on
And
fire.
then you're going to take
What do you think's
your
the time
hot
for 6
dogs,
months?
You're going to
And
smoke
Bronze
them
Dragon thinks
briefly.
the time for 2 months.
So you're going to take about a deep, maybe 4-inch hotel pan, put some moistened hickory wood chips in there, put
What?
your hot dogs in the perforated pan on top of the wood chips, cover it, put it in an oven at about 225 degrees Fahrenheit for about 90 minutes. You're going to be so happy with these hot dogs.
Thanks for everything, Rose. Bye.
Wood
I
chips?
see in front of me my ingredients for a
Now,
Chicago
let's see this.
Red
This is the
Hot
real
hot
one.
dog. Chicago, I love you. Not as much as New York, but you still got some love. We're gonna go a different route. I love tater tots, but instead of just taking them out of the bag and frying them or throwing them in the oven, we're gonna make some loaded hash browns. Let's start with onions. Not crying, not crying. Tomato.
Okay.
We're gonna keep everything kind of a uniform cut,
Keep it
small
coming.
to medium dice. The sport
I almost
peppers.
think so. They did 3 gifties, man.
It's hot, yeah. It's very native to Chicago. They're like a pepperoncini, but a pepperoncini is a little bit more milder.
Chini.
Now it's time to make the chili for our chili dog. I got my oil perking here, and then I'm gonna get these onions going.
Sliced, diced, ready to go.
This I know how to do.
We're not gonna open up a can of chili, you're gonna make your own chili. And we're gonna use that ground pork that we had from that nice shoulder.
All right, this is getting nice and brown. Beautiful.
This is the part where you have to be patient.
Got some salt, cumin, chili powder.
Mommy.
And I'm just gonna mix it all together. You know, chili's one of those things that tastes great in
Brian,
the
why
winter.
will
but
things
man,
the
it's
3
probably
gifties,
really
dude?
good
I
on a hot
appreciate
dog,
it.
too. I'm
I
very
realize I
excited
need
for
more
this chili dog.
pans in my
Now
house.
my onions are nice and caramelized. I am going to add our friend tomatoes.
Now I'm gonna add in my beans. And then we have some tomatoes.
You hear that? Nice water content in these tomatoes. It's almost deglazing.
Dude,
the
I
pan.
feel like this is too much work for hot
Sweet,
dogs, man.
Some sugar. Secret ingredient, the
All of it.
chilies in adobo. This will give it that really nice
It's just
flavor.
way too much
This is
work for
looking
hot
good.
dogs.
We're gonna add in our sport peppers. It's actually a great mix, you know. You have these sweet onions, you have these juicy tomatoes, and our sport peppers are pickled. So we're gonna have sweet, we're gonna have kind of sour, we're gonna have spicy.
Gonna mix this
Have
all
you ever made
together
homemade chili? No.
and let it come to a boil.
So this is gonna be our filling for our hash brown. So what you wanna keep in mind, we need to cool this down. We can't work with it when it's this hot. So let's just spread this out on this sheet pan.
So as you can see, the tomatoes have released some of their liquid, so we now have a beautiful sauce in there.
So you're looking for a chili that, you know, it's not a runny, soupy chili, but it's gonna be like a little saucy, you know, from your tomato.
And I let this simmer for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna put it aside and make the next dish.
It's time to dive into these tater tots. I left them out so they come to room temp, and we're gonna transform these into something different. This might be a little harder than I thought. Yeah, as you can see, they are falling apart. Ideally, a little bit of egg and some flour, and we would be able to have it stick together for a patty. I don't have these ingredients, but I do have this bun soaking in water. We're gonna use this as a binder. This is what's called a panade, right? It's basically taking bread, soaking it in water or milk, squeezing it out, and using this as a binder. This baby better come to the rescue.
So now I'm gonna make some gaufret potato chips. So as
What
you can
the
see, I have
fuck?
a guillotine in front of me. No, this is a mandolin. Never used one before, but gonna be super safe.
What we're gonna do, John, you're gonna use a French mandolin, and you're gonna slice your potatoes going diagonally on one end, and then when you slice the next time, you slice it going diagonally on the other end.
Pretty cool, you can actually see
What?
the ridges on it. It almost looks like a Ruffles chip. I'm gonna toss these in some water so they don't
That
brown,
looks
and then we'll fry
lit.
them on up.
So I had our sport peppers, sauteed onions, sauteed tomatoes, cooled down. We're gonna throw that into our mix. Wow, it's coming together. I think this will help it bind too. Look at that. In Chicago, when you start making this and selling them, you know where to send the checks to, right? Celery salt, they take celery, dry it, pulverize it, and mix it with salt. So you get the essence of celery. Our pickles. I'm gonna add our neon green relish to our hash brown mix. I like how this is
Hello?
looking.
Wait.
I mean, remember a minute ago it was just falling apart in my
Hello?
hand, but look, I have like a patty now. Now the
There's,
big thing
there's
is when
no
we
way
fry
Wanton's
this,
over there going, hello,
will it
I'm
stick
watching my
together?
hot
That's
dogs.
the $1,000,000 question.
Shut up, Wanton!
I have these beautiful waffle cut potatoes. We're just gonna fry them up about 2 to 3 minutes in some oil, and then once they get golden brown, they'll be ready to go.
So our patties are formed, and I am ready to fry.
I'm not, okay, I'm
So
gonna be
what-
honest with you, chat. Listen. I'm all for the good chef. But
Oh,
like,
hi.
this is fucking, this looks terrible.
for
These are
Funny
formed, Ooh, mama. They're sticking together. The bread definitely helped. Go about another 5 to 7 minutes.
I'm not gonna lie, the deep fried
Alright,
potato
let's take
or
these out
chips
of the
look
oil.
so good. Oh
These
my
look
god.
awesome. They're beautiful golden brown color.
Those look
I love
amazing.
potato chips, so I'm very excited.
This is one of the few things I don't have.
That feels
Whenever I get a
good.
nice place to myself with a nice kitchen, like a nice sized kitchen, I'm gonna get one of these. So these are the three
I'm gonna take these out now. These look pretty good.
I'm just gonna hit them with a little sea salt a la Salt Bay.
Put a little bit of salt on top. Normally I would flip it to the other side as well, but I'm kind of happy with the way these look right now. I don't want to mess with the vibe.
Look at that, homemade potato chips or Galfret potatoes.
Yeah, so if you've been to New York City, you know the hot dog carts I'm talking about. You know, here in New York, we call them baby water hot dogs. But the toppings you get are these onions. It's this cool sweet and sour onion glaze that goes on top of your hot dog. So we're gonna recreate that today. I don't have all the ingredients to make the exact replication of it, but I'm gonna get pretty damn close.
So now I'm gonna make some pickled onions, which will serve as a garnish for our chili dogs.
You know, when you're pickling, sometimes people think, oh, it takes a long time to pickle, and it does. But with a quick pickle, it'll be ready within minutes.
So we have some vinegar here, salt, sugar.
What's going on?
Let this come to a boil and make sure that all of the
Thanks to the 5
sugar and
gifted
salt crystals
subbies.
have
Much love,
dissolved.
man.
There it
Appreciate the
goes.
5
Doing its
gifties.
thing.
So our
Thanks, dude.
onions are looking great, nice caramelization on them. Now I'm gonna add in our tomatoes.
Much love, man.
They're gonna be sweet and sour. You know, there's a lot of acidity in the tomatoes, but there's also some sugar in the ketchup. And I think the combination of the tomatoes and the ketchup will make like a nice saucy onion. Now we could cook it slowly, right? We're just gonna kind of reduce it. And you can see those sliced tomatoes I put in, they're breaking down into the sauce.
The sauce looks
let that cook out
phenomenal.
for a little bit.
And in this lovely mason
I don't really like
jar, I'm
onion
gonna put
pieces,
my
you know what I
sliced red
mean?
onion, sliced beets
Silver things
for a
they give
little
you.
color. I love beets.
Oh, that's it. We are good. So, New York hot dog guys, the vendors, I got love for you guys. It's a great topping.
So now I'm gonna carefully pour my vinegar mixture
Wait, what is the
over
topping? I
my
forget.
veggies. Let the pickling action begin.
That's about it. I think we have our New York style hot dog vendor cart onion toppings.
And I'm gonna seal it tight with a lid. Give a little shake so that it gets nice and liquidy. Now I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit and then they'll be ready to go.
Okay, it's hot dog time. So we're not really gonna go in the bun. We're gonna be making tot dogs. Yeah, tot
What?
dogs. So think of a corn dog, but we're not making a corn dog batter. We're making a tater tot batter, right? What, you've never seen buns in a blender before? That's the name of my next band, Buns in a Blender. So we're gonna add some water in there. Stop! A little different from a food processor, but we're gonna.
What's wrong with you?
All right, so let's make some mustard. First up,
Oh my!
I'm
I
going
hate
to
this guy
grind
already.
The mustard seeds. Let's take a look. Ooh, it's funny, now it actually smells more like mustard. Very cool. Next up, mustard powder. And I'm gonna add some cold water and then mix it all together. Now that this is all combined, I'm gonna let it sit while I chop up some fresh tarragon. I mean, these are fancy hot dogs, so we gotta be fancy. So I'm gonna add the fresh tarragon, some apple cider vinegar, some honey, thick honey, and then last but not least, some salt. As you can see, it already looks like mustard, which is great, and I'm sure with all those flavors, it's gonna taste so good. Almost enough to get the cheap intestines out of my nostril.
Mustard and tarragon are like peanut butter and jelly. They go together really well.
Oh man, dude, that is something.
Just gonna pop it in this jar and then let it sit for a bit.
All right, so our smoothie's ready to drink. We're gonna use that as a batter. So right now we're just gonna batter our dog, roll it in our tots, and fry away. Rolling in the batter. Yeah, it's gonna get a little messy, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. And I love how this is working out, this batter. So now we're just gonna cover our hot dogs with the potato product we have here. You know what this reminds me of? You guys have the Korean hot dogs yet? This is like very similar to the Korean hot dogs, right?
My hot dogs have been in the oven smoking for a while now, so I'm gonna take them out, check the temperature, and make sure they're fully cooked. Hot dogs look great. They actually look like real hot dogs. The color's right. They do that weird
Oh, he
sweating
closed
thing,
his
I guess
game. You can
meat
reinvite
sweats.
him.
My dogs are crusted with tots, and we're ready to go into the fryer. Oh, I love it, look at that. I can smell the potatoes cooking. I can see they're
still
already
can't get
forming
over
the
this. This
crust,
just looks terrible
but
to
we
me.
want to be patient. We don't want to move them around too early. Maybe another minute, maybe. We're gonna flip these.
So next I'm gonna check the temperature, just to make sure they're fully cooked. I know
That's the most
Rose said I
bougie
wanted it around
thermometer I've ever
160.
seen.
Perfect.
All right, check this out. That's what we're looking for, right? Golden brown. And I'm touching it, it's feeling crunchy. Love it. Those bubbles are telling me that the liquid is cooking out of our potatoes. That's what's gonna make it crispy. I'm just gonna turn like a quarter turn.
Drop in these hot dogs. Woo! Beautiful. Wow, look at that.
Back to the real
Now
content.
we're talking.
True.
We've reached the color that I'm looking for, golden brown.
I
Nice
hate that
and
his
crispy.
looks
We're gonna
good.
pull 'em
I was
out.
really
Our
hoping it was
dogs
gonna be
are
bad.
looking amazing. They're crunchy, crispy, golden brown.
These hot dogs look great. Not to toot my own horn, but these look really, really good. They came out much better than I expected.
Dude, I think my favorite part is this dude went through like hours of fucking work, like making hot dogs by hand, just for them to look like normal fucking hot dogs.
Toot my own horn, but these look really, really good. They came out much better than I expected.
This is what we've all been waiting for. It is time to plate.
Yeah, really excited about this. Like, this is way more effort than I would ever put into
chips
a
look
hot
so good.
dog, but I hope it's going to be great.
Gem
So
Hunt
first
thinks
step
that
here is
free
we're going
gift
to
is
put our
appreciated.
dogs on a stick. Ooh, look, you hear that crunch? I'm just going to go right in the middle.
Traditionally, I would do a little mustard on one side, a hot dog right in the middle.
So we got ketchup. Just to kind of make it look.
What in the fuck? Yo, that is the stingiest amount of mustard I've ever seen.
I would do a little mustard.
Dude, this is why you don't let people make your food for you at a like cookout and shit, because they have
on
no
one side,
fucking clue
a
what they're
hot dog
doing.
right in the middle.
So we got ketchup. Just to kind of make it look a little cool. Ketchup and hash browns.
Matt,
Let's get our
dude,
dog
another
right here.
faggot. Dude, Matt,
Some
you're
of this
going crazy. What the
Beautiful
fuck,
homemade
dude?
chili.
So much
Start off
for the
with our
gift, Matt.
pickles.
Appreciated.
Some of the pickled onions.
Jav, you gotta get to some make sure you said
Onions,
thank
I
you.
love these. Look how these came out. I love how they came out.
Wow, that looks
Onions right
fucking
on top.
good. Whoa,
Then I'm gonna do
wow.
a little bit of shredded Gouda, because it's a chili cheese dog.
Neon green relish. Make sure you get that in there. Sport peppers here. Go here and
Thanks,
here.
Manny.
And last
Appreciate
but
it,
not
dude.
least, the scallions for a little color. Holy hell, this is a work of art.
If you have neon green, then we need some bright, bright yellow mustard. And there you go. Bang, bang. And this
Bang,
is my
bang.
take on John's recipe.
And then I'm gonna take my Gauffret potatoes
Megan?
and just ever so artfully
Very different
arrange
vibe.
them. And this is my take
Like,
on
much
Chef
more
King's
chill.
chili cheese dog.
It came out exactly as I wanted it to. But I can't wait to try this and check out John's.
This took a lot of work. It was a labor of love. Freaked out at some points, thought I was gonna fail, but we got through it, and I'm really excited to taste it and see the results. Beautiful.
Come on. Oh, come on. Dude, just try the food. Come on, bro.
King, what's up?
What's up, John?
Good to see you.
You too. How are you, man?
I'm excited to taste your dish.
Yeah, I want to taste mine. I want to taste yours. Talk about hot dogs.
You get to 3 shows when I get break. You should have a notification on your Twitch browser up at the top.
That is not what I expected at all.
Chips and dogs. This is what I expected. And, it looks good.
Should we dig in?
Let's dig in. Oh, boy.
Wow. That's delicious. Still tastes like a hot dog, but the tater tots wrapped around it, totally different from the Chicago style dog that I was envisioning. Let's try these hash browns.
Green relish. Everything that goes on top, usually I put in here.
That's good. Very cool. I mean, the colors are amazing too, beyond the taste.
Yeah, you know, it's that green relish. It's like the essence of the Chicago hot dog. The green relish and the sport peppers.
It kind of looks like something you get at a fair, but like, I don't know what fair would offer this, but some fair would. So now you gotta try what I made.
I can't wait.
How is it?
Whoa.
That came out great.
Good.
There's a kick in there. The mustard.
The mustard.
Let's see how they try. That's a
Homemade potato chips.
That's a Gauffret?
Gauffret.
That's a Gauffret. That's a Gauffret. Would I ever spend this much time and money making a hot dog? Probably not. But this was a lot of fun.
I got something for you for next time. In case you don't want to go all through this again, I got you Chicago hot sauce. It's a sauce I make. We donate pepper seeds to community gardens. They grow the peppers and we buy them back and we make a hot sauce. So next time, just open up a pack of hot dogs. You have to go
Chat,
through all that
be
again.
nice to this man.
Thank you so much.
He's
This is
actually
great.
spoken
Yeah.
for
All in
us
one
to the
bottle.
devs and
All in
made
one
the
bottle.
game feel better than it ever has with the Overwatch 2 betas.